All right, looks like we are live. Okay, so yeah, today I'm going to be building the Mario 64 PC port using two tools. The first thing is MSYS 2 and Super Mario 64 PC Builder 2. The links are in the description. It's not that hard to do. This isn't really a how-to video so much as I'm just going to be kind of doing it, and yeah, that's pretty much what's going to happen. So, go to the live streaming here. I'll leave that open. We'll separate this into a different window in case anybody wants to come chat. Copy the video URL, maybe send it out to a couple of people. So the first thing you need to do is, you need to grab MSYS 2 here and install it. Technically, I already have this, so I don't need to actually install this anymore. However, when you install it, it will install to the root of your C drive, which is right here, and this is all the stuff that would be there. So, I'm downloading it anyway just to show that that's what you do. But you don't actually have. I don't actually have to do that, so I'm not going to. The next thing you need to do is grab Sm64 Pc Builder 2, which is this piece of software here. We're gonna open the folder, and you also need a ROM of Super Mario 64. You're going to need to rename this ROM to baserom.us.z64. Has to be a Z64 format ROM, I think, which is the big endian format for N64 ROMs. Here is the ROM properties if you're curious about the exact specifics. So there you go. Let me delete this folder real quick. So let's make a Sm64 PC Builder 2. So let's go ahead and 7-zip extract to its own folder here. And we have Sm64 PC Builder 2. So the first thing you need to do is copy base ROM into the ROMs folder. This is the US version of Mario 64. It needs to go in the ROMs folder. And then you just open the PC Builder. It's going to pop up with a thing. So this is Sm64 PC Builder. It looked different a few days ago, but they updated it. You want to leave these two things as EX and nightly. The first thing you're going to want to do, for the first build, which is what this is technically, you're going to want to check install Fix Dependencies. This will, I believe, use Pac-Man with. I know Pac-Man is something you would. It's a piece of software included in MSYS 2 to pull all of the required prerequisites for building Mario 64. And we're just going to build an extremely basic Mario 64 here right now. We're not going to select anything, no textures, nothing. We're just going to build it. I'm going to choose build faster, not make my CPU hurt. So, yep. And then you click compile, and it'll start doing this. So fun. All this stuff is already installed, you can see. This will not be installed for you, and this will take probably like 30 or 40 minutes to run the first time. That's normal. So once again, just while this is going, I'm going to show you what options I picked. Sm64EX nightly. Options, make sure install Fix Dependencies is checked, delete build folder, and OpenGL 2.1 are checked. And then nothing else needs to be checked. If you accidentally check something else, you can close the builder and reopen it, and that will make it not selected anymore. And you can, do it again. As you can see, it says base ROM detected. That's because we put the ROM right here. You do obviously need to have a ROM of Mario 64 to do this. I won't tell you where to get that. So, yeah. So this could take a few minutes. Here's a cat girl. Yep. Looks like my CPU is getting nice and toasty. Seems to happen a lot lately. Yeah, it's just gonna sit here and extract all the assets and stuff now from the ROM. That's the main reason the ROM is needed. While the code for Mario 64 is all present, like in C or whatever it's been ported to, I guess. Obviously, the assets can't be included with the Mario 64 build, so you do need a ROM for the assets, since those are copyrighted assets, obviously. The code itself isn't. I mean, you could maybe make an argument for like the logic of the game being copyright, but I mean, Nintendo would have to prove that in a court, and that'd be pretty hard. So, I don't think that this is going to be going anywhere anytime soon. Although, I mean, the way Nintendo is with their Nintendo ninjas, who knows? So while this is down building, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the model pack from Render 96. This is the SGI base models pack. Right now it's on version 1.2 refresh 11, so I'm gonna go ahead and download that real quick. Go ahead and open this up. Hopefully it's not lagging too bad. I assume it shouldn't be because I'm using NVIDIA's encoder to do this, so it's all going through my GPU probably. Anyway, so this build is going to go a little bit faster for me than it will for you your first time. That's just because I already have the prerequisites installed. But that is actually it is integral that you check that box for the first build if you've never built Mario 64 before using PC Builder 2 here. I have, so yeah. Technically, I already have Mario 64 in my Steam library added. As you can see, I made these nice these. I think I grabbed them from SteamGridDB. Nice assets here. A screenshot of a little preview of what's to come, basically. I'm just building an updated version of it because 1.2 just came out, so I figured I would show how that's done. Since it seems like people are having a lot of trouble figuring it out, and it's actually very simple. It's important you get all the little details right, though. In particular, as I mentioned, I'm building an extremely basic Mario 64 EX here first. You have to build it once first. If you don't do that, then everything screws up. So you really do have to, like, you have to build it like this the first time, because the build process creates the folder that you install the SGI models into. And if you don't do that first, then it kind of messes with everything. Particularly, I've noticed people keep accidentally clicking things on the models page and the textures page, maybe, with the initial build. I don't think the textures page matters with the initial one, but definitely never click anything on this page at all. These patches don't matter that much either. There is one patch that I should make a mention of. What is it? Let's see here. Options. Analog camera. You don't want to enable analog camera because it has some bugs right now that are not fixed yet. I don't think they're fixed yet anyway. But we'll see. Sure does take a little while to build, doesn't it? Imagine that, it'll be even longer with it'll take even longer the first time because of all the prerequisites needed to be installed through I think it uses what do you call it, MSYS Pac-Man. Let's see if I can show what that actually is. Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, see? Package management system called it installs the packages through Pac-Man. I assume that's what it does to install. It may do something different, I'm not sure, but I haven't really looked into how this thing all works too deeply. So, not that I couldn't probably build it from shell if I felt like it. It wouldn't be that hard. It'd just take a while to figure out what all the build commands need to be. Obviously, there's already make files and stuff, so it really wouldn't be that hard, you know. Yep. I mean, maybe it would be hard for someone who doesn't know what they're doing, but, you know, I've used MSYS 2 and Linux even before, so it's not too complicated. Looks like it's almost done. Usually, I think this is like one of the last steps before the build is done. Yeah, it's doing all the data now. I think this is one of the last things it does. It's been a while since I built it. I built it like yesterday and wasn't really paying too much attention. I kind of was doing something else in the background. So, now some people might be wondering exactly why it is that you have to build it yourself. And the answer is, obviously, this project would be completely shut down by Nintendo if they were just distributing a straight executable of the game. In fact, Nintendo already went after the PC port before, I think, at least once. Anyway, so yeah, that's the first build done. The initial build creates this folder. It creates, in the PC Builder 2 folder, it creates Sm64EX Nightly, and inside here there is a build folder, US PC, and then you have the build itself. Oops, the build itself here. So the build here includes everything. I mean, this will work as is. I can run this, but it'll just be Mario 64. It won't be like fancy in any way, shape, or form. I mean, it'll still run in HD and all that. That is the PC port after all. But it's only 30 frames per second, and you know, that's not exactly what we're going for here. You do have this nice little menu they added in EX here to quit the game, which is nice. But that's not what we came here for. So the next thing we need to do is we need to go and we need to install the model pack, right? So we're going to go ahead and open the models, and we're going to open PC Builder 2 again, and we're going to go ahead and open the Sm64EX Nightly folder, and we're going to take all three of these folders and merge them into the Sm64EX Nightly folder. It'll say moving, and then it'll say replace the files in the destination. So that's what you do. That's just how you install the base models for the SGI pack from Render 96. It's going to take a second. It usually does. It's just because there's so many files rather than... this is all being built on an SSD, by the way, so it should be as speedy as it can be, at least in that regard. So next, you again need to make sure delete build folder is checked. You can uncheck this if you want, which I am going to because it speeds things up a little, because I already have the dependencies and stuff. But you know, if you're, I mean, the first couple of times you feel like leaving it checked, you can. It's fine. Analog camera enables some extra camera options, but at the cost of, I believe it's Tower of the Wing Cap is completely destroyed by this option. Something about the camera like flies way below the death barrier or something, and it's just unplayable unless you switch to free cam mode. So I'm not going to enable that because I prefer the game to be not buggy. I'm going to enable no drawing distance. You need a pretty good, I think you need pretty good hardware to deal with that, but I have pretty good hardware, so it's fine. Texture fixes, I assume it's just some small changes that improve things. External resources is important. Discord rich presence I can go with or without, that's fine. Patches, we're going to go 60 FPS, tight controls, return to title ending. Do not enable 3D coins because the SGI pack comes with a 3D coins mod itself, so you do not need to enable that. Exit to main menu, star select delay, and yeah, that seems like a good set of patches. Models, again, pick nothing in here because you already installed the models via sideload. Textures. Personally, I prefer cleaner aesthetics right now, although I think once SM64 Redrawn is done, I'll probably prefer that pack. Tough to say though. But right now, Cleaner Aesthetics is like the one most people are using, just because it's like more or less feature complete. Whereas Redrawn is basically where a bunch of artists are redrawing the textures by hand, and that's obviously a lot better, but it's just not finished yet. So there's lots of like, when you use this pack, it's like mixed textures still, which is kind of annoying, and I prefer not to do that. So we have the overview page here, and we're going to go ahead and compile it again. It's absolutely integral that you have delete build folder enabled though, because as you can see, we already built it, and if it tries to build it again over top the old one, it won't work. So yeah, so we're going to compile again, and that's pretty much all there is to it. I'm not really sure why people are having such a hard time with this. It's very simple. The instructions are straightforward. Oh, and I actually left installed dependencies checked anyway, so whatever. But yeah, the patches are downloading and applying and all that. Right now it's pulling Cleaner Aesthetics, which is the texture pack. Hopefully I'm not dropping frames on the stream now because of that. Now, let's face it, I probably am. Wouldn't surprise me. Well, whatever. Message on Discord. Okay. Go ahead and do not disturb for now. But yeah, so pretty much just waiting for the build to happen now. It's pulling the textures from GitHub now, I think, the Cleaner Aesthetics pack. And it's building it again. And now we wait. I don't need all these windows open. Just this one will do. Lots of waiting for things to happen. But, you know, good things come to those who wait, supposedly. Real quick, I'm going to check my Discord messages, so I'm going to blink the screen. Woo! Streaming a big black screen for everybody. Really useful, I'm sure. Alright, gonna minimize Discord now. The video back up. So yeah, just still waiting for the build to happen. That's what happens. One thing I should mention is that the 60 FPS patch kind of messes a little bit with the built-in games, the game's built-in VSync option. EX has the VSync option. The 60 FPS patch kind of messes with it a little, so if it doesn't seem to be like actually syncing for you, the vertical blank isn't syncing, like you're still like you're getting tearing and whatnot, or the frame rate just seems like badly paced or something, I would recommend using if you're using an NVIDIA GPU, to use the NVIDIA graphics control panel to force the vertical sync option if it's like tearing a lot for you. If you have a FreeSync monitor or something, then it'll probably just work okay then. I'm not sure. It's hard to say. But that is something that I ran into, and it was definitely a source of frustration for me for a bit until I realized, oh right, NVIDIA has a thing for that. So I ended up just doing that, and that fixes the problem. So I disable the in-game VSync and then enable NVIDIA's VSync through the GPU driver. I'm sure AMD has a similar option, and I don't know about Intel, but probably. Real quick before this finishes building, I'm going to go over the overview again just so you can see it once more. I picked no drawing distance, texture fixes, external resources, Discord rich presence, 60 FPS work in progress, tight controls, return to title ending, exit to main menu, which adds an option to exit to the main menu, and then star select delay, which I think just makes the stars take a little bit longer because it's a little too fast. So yeah. Obviously, the renderer OpenGL 2.1 and textures cleaner aesthetics. So, and then not listed in this menu is the SGI models, which we hand side loaded from the old school HD SGI base models from the Render 96 Discord. So, yep. The Render 96 Discord. There's a. I guess I'll pull up the link for it. Yeah, the Discord is available. The Discord link is in the official release video here. Join our Discord to learn more. Yep. So this is the Discord link. I'm not gonna go to this video. I'm not gonna link this myself. But if you want to join their thing, that's where you go. Quite a good little trailer this is. I quite enjoyed the like fake VHS look they're going for, especially lately the the way that the whole every copy of Mario 64 is personalized meme. It's been a big deal. People have been joking about that for a while. It's a really good meme. I actually really enjoy that one. It's almost like it's like a mix of like memes with creepypastas. It's like everybody knows it's a joke, but everybody's just kind of having fun with it anyway. It's a neat thing. I quite like it. There are probably other things you could sideload as well. I seem to recall there being a what was it? High quality sound Mario 64. What is this that I'm not thinking of? Yeah, high quality sounds mod somebody made. I didn't bother this. But you know, it's a thing. So you know, that's always possible. I mean, I guess I could probably sideload this eventually. Yeah. I guess I could just download it anyway. And let's see. Doesn't this just drop into the build folder? Yeah, I don't even have to build it with this. I can just drop it in. Oh, the build just finished. So here's the build actually. Yeah, I could just drop the high quality sounds in if I wanted. So this is an optional step. If you want to do this, you can, I guess. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So yeah, that's an optional step. If you want to, you can drop in the high quality sounds mod, and you could do this post build. You don't actually have to do this during the build because Mario 64 texture packs actually require you to use the external resources option no matter what, and so obviously this will just work since the resources are loaded externally. Another thing that's worth noting is I heavily recommend running this build, like the final build of this that you have, with like off of an SSD if you have it, because otherwise you may get small lags when the game actually loads sound files. So yeah, I already have a location I have in mind for this, so I'm just gonna hit Control C. Well, actually, I'm gonna Control X. We're gonna go ahead and open my location for this and paste it in. We're gonna delete the old one. Oh wait, whoops. Delete everything but the icon. There we go. So we'll cycle those. And we're gonna paste in the new build. Yeah. So here's this. Let's see, Steam. Is this gonna just work? Yeah. All right. Looks like it's working. Probably. Make sure this build actually went well.
It's me, Mario.
Oh,
Hello.
turn the volume way down. I'm gonna switch to streaming the actual game instead. So 1 second. Add game capture. Don't capture cursor. Alright. Hopefully that works. Alright. So here we go. Got some Mario 64 here. Yep, that's Mario 64. Getting a little bit of crackling in the audio actually, which is interesting. That may just be because I'm streaming it at the same time though. So yeah, if you're wondering where save files for Mario 64 PC are, they're located in app data slash, maybe it's SM64EX, I'm not sure. But yeah, as you can see, that's a successful build, and the textures are all nice and high quality and, you know, all that, so. Go ahead and go to Bomb on Battlefield and... Yep. Obviously, I already did all this. Yeah, definitely getting a little bit of slowdown because of the stream, but, you know, that's how you build Mario 64 EX with the SGI models. When you're paused in the game, you can press the R button to open up a menu, and this has a bunch of settings and stuff you can play around with. I'm actually going to disable the vertical sync because it doesn't work. Controls, I think you can, like, edit your controls here. Sound. Yeah, you can change the volume of the sound and all that, so. There's also exit game and exit to main menu, so you can quit. And, yeah, it's pretty neat. Pretty much anything that was 2D in the original game is 3D now, including the chain chomp even. So, yeah, it's also, you can see right there, there's shadows for the coins because there's no render distance anymore. We turned the render distance off. So, honestly, if I had to guess, that's probably why I'm getting bad frame rate right now during the stream, is because I have that turned off. But it works fine without streaming, so, you know. I don't think that the no render distance causes any issues, at least I haven't run into any. So... yeah, it's It's Mario 64 on PC at 60 frames per second. Native port. Pretty impressive. And definitely one of my favorite projects that come out of like fan communities so far. This is really neat. And I hope it continues. I'd like to see more done with this. I'd like to see like advanced, a little bit more like lighting. And I'm not talking about like just reshade here. I'd like to see like an actual in-game lighting engine or something added to you know, make the game look a little bit less Mario 64-y, if that makes sense. Maybe some better texture. I want to see Redrawn get finished. That's like a main one. But it is pretty neat to be able to play this game in HD. So yeah, if you're watching this in post after the stream, feel free to skip over whatever. You know, whatever. But yeah. Oh, jeez. Thanks. Great stream. Transform fit to. Whoops. That's not what I wanted to do. Fit to screen. There we. Jeez. Great stream. Wow. What a great job it did. Automatically fitting the thing. Jeez. Well, that just ruined the last 5 minutes of the stream. Whatever. Who cares? So yeah, that's it's pretty neat. There's no render distance. You know, it's pretty cool. Runs very well. Looks very good. Other things that you can probably force via GPU if you want, anti-aliasing. You know, whatever you'd like to do there, you can just do with your GPU if you want. Some things I'd like to see are real-time shadows that are like not just circles. That'd be pretty cool. But I don't know. Something about the SGI pack is very authentic feeling, which is one of the reasons why I think this is pretty neat. So, yeah. Well, anyway, that's the end of the stream, pretty much.